Good morning, welcome back to the channel. So if you watched the last video, you'll know that I was missing an adapter piece for the blow-off valve that I want to put on this car. It did finally come in, got it a couple days ago, and of all the tools that I have, and I have just about every tool that you can think of to work on something that anybody without an actual garage, professional garage could have, I don't have snap ring pliers. So there's a snap ring that has to go on to fit the blow-off valve onto the adapter ring to be able to screw it onto where it needs to go. So we're going to take a drive over to either Pep Boys or Advanced Auto and pick up a snap ring plier so we can get this thing done. And back again at Pep Boys. Alright, so we got our snap ring pliers and we're off. This car is filthy again. Let's get that fixed. Alright, so much better. Okay, so let's get started with this blow-off valve. So, if you all remember, this is the elusive adapter ring. Right here. So this goes like that. This goes on here, like that. Got the spanner clamp and pliers. Spanner clamp's going to hold this in place, and this is going to take the place of this little dinky thing right there. There's been a few different ways this has been installed from what I've seen. So you've got your blow-off valve, you've got a solenoid, and I've seen people that just hook right into the new blow-off valve from the existing one, and I've seen people who run a whole new hose all the way over to here to the intake manifold, and then I've seen people that do it probably the easiest way, which probably actually works the best, is to just tap in to the point that comes from the intake manifold already that goes into the solenoid. So I'm going to do that. We're going to plug right into there and then hook this up. It should be a pretty easy install. I'm just going to keep this hose intact in case we need to use it for whatever reason. Alright. So as you can see, big difference between these two blow-off valves. This is, like I said, pretty uninteresting. So now we're going to get this monster fitted on here. That off there. We are going to have to keep this hooked up. If we don't, we're going to end up with a check engine light. And we also need to bend this bracket down slightly, but not too far as to hit the pulley of the engine. Alright, you will probably have to make some adjustments to this piece right here, just to be able to get it to fit. It doesn't, you don't have a lot of room here, so you're going to have to kind of muscle this around to be able to get it to line up. Once we get it to line up, it's just a matter of putting the screws back in. Okay, I was hoping I was going to be able to do this without taking this off, but this piece is going to have to be removed. Not too difficult, just 4 little push pins in here and it pops right off. And then we have a lot more space to be able to work with. You need to get 2 of these screws put on because we're actually going to have to twist this to be able to get that screw in. Twist it back into place. Okay. Just like so. So what I'm actually going to do here, I'll get you a little bit of a closer look in here. So line goes in from here to the solenoid from the intake manifold. Goes out here into this pipe, but it T-fits right up here to go up to the old blow-off valve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bypass the solenoid altogether, come over here, and I'm going to split off a new hose here and then bring it up to here. That should keep the same airflow that we had before, only bypassing the solenoid. This does actually come with a little T-fitting, so this will make the split off pretty easy. So it's there. This side over here. Short run. Run this up to here, but we do need to cut this off and install. We need to cut this off and install the filter. So the little part here actually goes towards the blow-off valve. Clamp actually does work on that part. Right. Alright, so there we go. That is the HKS blow-off valve. I'll show you what's happening underneath here. That's the T-fitting. I'm coming around here to the actual valve. Came off the intake manifold there. Had to bend the solenoid down just a little bit. We are keeping the solenoid plugged in, otherwise we will get a check engine light. And we got plenty of room between this and the pulley, so we should be in good shape. Sure looks a lot better. Alright, so remember the last time we couldn't hear anything with the windows down because of road noise, so we're going to leave the windows up. Got both cameras on this time, and let's see what we find. Two things. One, I don't really notice any sound difference, and you probably can't hear it from in the car. You probably can't hear it from where you guys are. But I'll tell you one thing, the power sustained from the turbo is 10 times better. So if you have one of these cars, when you floor it with the turbo, you get to like 10 to 15 psi and you get a spitting sound almost, which I mean, you're losing power. So when I hit this thing, I can maintain 15 psi and absolutely no spitting sound, and then it blows off at the end. It's fantastic. Definitely worth the power gain. And the turbo's much more sustained than it was before. I'm happy. Alright, well that's it for the install of the HKS blow-off valve. If you like this upload, please give it a big thumbs up and please subscribe so that you can get future notifications on the next uploads. There's a lot of cool stuff that I'm planning for this car in the coming weeks and months, so don't miss it. But that's all for me for now. Until next time, take care.